Hello everyone, welcome back. Esports Manager 2026 NIP to glory. Here we go. Let's get back into things after an incredible episode last time, winning the Open Circuit Series final, and it only took 3 maps in the best of 5 final for NIP to be crowned champions. What a game, what a performance from the team. Everyone absolutely popping off. Stavin on his farewell tour. I feel a bit sorry for the guy, as I said before, but you know, Device coming in a few days. What are we on? We're on the 31st of January 2026, so in 8 days time Device will be joining this roster, which some people might decide is maybe not the best way to go about things, but when you've got the chance to sign such a superstar such as Device, it's really difficult to not have him in the team. And I've been looking around in between the last few parts. So what I haven't been showing is this sort of sponsorship section here, which if we go to my sponsors, I wasn't quite sure what I was doing, so I just went by the tiers and just signed like decided, Duolingo, yeah, we'll take them. Red Bull, yeah, we'll take them. Snapchat, I'll take some of them. But anyway, they sort of offer like these little challenges here, so you can see like participate in 3 tournaments, win 27 matches, achieve 2,000 kills, and all these sorts of things. They offer little sort of bonuses like get 32Ks or better, so we've claimed that. I'm pretty sure that was Kaspersky doing his absolute work as he usually does. And you go in this little section here and you claim it, and what that does is it increases your finances by quite a bit here. So if we take a look, total balance 1.8 million. We've actually got some more on it allocated, so I can show you exactly. There we go. And then that puts the transfer budget up to 1.1 million. So we still got, and I'm pretty sure this has already deducted the Device signing. So I think we still got like 1.1 million, excuse me, to sign some players. So I think after winning that tournament and doing so well, if we look at the squad here, we've got Casper the GOAT, who we're not getting rid of at all. He is the star rifler and will always be here. Yiphat, the guy that's definitely not Yimpat, he's been brilliant for us. And like I was saying in the other episode, because Snappy's going, that's something that we need to deal with here. Snappy will not be in this roster for the long-term future. And I'm seeing Yippat here. He's 14.5 for the leadership role, and someone in the comments was really good. Oh, actually, it doesn't look as good as I thought. But someone in the comments was really useful. And one of the last few parts, you can actually like click on these skills, and it'll show you around, how that player compares in your team in the stat that you've selected. So in this leadership style, we can see Yippat. He's up there. I thought it would have been higher, to be honest, but 12. And I'm pretty sure 20 is the highest it can be. So 12 out of 20, it's above average, but maybe it's not actually as good as I thought it would be. Because initially, what I'd planned to do was have Yippat take over the IGL role from Snappy when he eventually departs. We're getting Device in here. U-Jerks, I've been trying to loan out or slash sell. Same with Shush. Try and get him off the books, and then maybe we can bring someone else in that spot. But as the way that things stand, the lineup currently is Kaspersky, Yiphat, Device as our AWPer, and then we've got IGL, who will need to either replace a Yiphat or get in like another sort of support rifler, and then move Yiphat over to that IGL role, which I'm still fully not quite decided yet. I might take a quick look and see who we can get on the market here who could come into that sort of position. And Cairn, I do really like him. I mean, like, look at him. He's got already 3.5-star rifler, 4-star potential, really decent solid player here. I think is our sort of like ideally 4th best player on the roster. So maybe I think probably keep him for now. Actually, he's quite like a a jack of all trades, nice player to have in your team. But yeah, let's go over to the scouting here. Let's see. I'm not sure if I can filter it just to IGLs, but maybe even if we go to like leader here and do like what, between 15, oh that's 25, that would be great. Let's do like 15 and say, I don't know if it can go above 20, so I'm going to put 25 in here just in case, and we'll have a quick look and see what kind of players we could get. So we could spend our entire budget on Fallen, which would be pretty cool. Obviously, just lost in that major final against Falcons, but, you know, such a good player. He is probably a little bit too old, you would say, to bring into this. I mean, yeah, you never know. Carrigan, obviously, still kicking, a year older than him. Obviously worse as an individual player, but, you know, he's still about winning things. But Fallen is interesting. Let's go down the list and see if there's anyone else that could catch our eye. I've seen Snacks down here, 236k, might be a bit of a bargain. I don't know, his individual stats are a little bit questionable. But obviously, you know what he's like. He's so good in these, like, you know, clutch situations, you know, the big moments. Snacks, he's a, you know, a household name for a reason. He is that good. Let's see if we can. I see, okay. My scouting skill, 18, is not high enough to evaluate this player's leader attribute. Okay. Improve the scout skills or hire a better one. Right, so now I'm seeing, like, I think in, like, part 1, I was like, it does seem a bit weird that you can just see everyone's attributes. But I'm guessing if our scout is already at 18 scouting, he's obviously must be quite a decent scout, which is why we've been able to see so many of these other people's, you know, attributes. But that's something to consider. Maybe trying to get a better scouting. But just looking at him at a quick glance, he does seem, you know, compared to, where is he? Compared to, he doesn't even show up here. That's not great. I was gonna say compared to Snappy, but actually when you click on Snappy's profile, it does actually look really strong. It's gonna be harder than I thought it would be to replace him. Let's go back and see if there's anyone else that could be worth a look-see. God, there's Hooksy down here, only worth about 25k. I think that would be stretching it, to be honest. I don't think he is the chosen IGL for this rebuild, to be honest. I mean, can't knock it. He's done incredible things in his career, but personally, I don't rate him that highly. Oh, just above him, ZTR here is Swedish. It would be quite cool to try and I know I've just signed Device, but try and rebuild some sort of Swedish core at NIP would be something I'd be quite interested in doing. He is only 22 years old, so he's got lots of potential still. Let's take a quick look at him. He's definitely better in that leadership, and only just behind Snappy. So I think actually, you know what? I really like that. I really like having trying to rebuild this Swedish core, and I don't want to, like, impose. And again, I've already signed Device, so obviously I haven't been. I don't want to impose like a Swedish only rebuild, but I would quite like to bring the Swede back in Sweden with NIP. That would be ideal. Swedish Counter-Strike back in the day was just so cool. I remember it was my first sort of introduction to Counter-Strike was when I was about 15 or so. Back in 2015, and that was obviously when Ninjas and Pajamas were the best team about, and Fnatic were so, you know, exciting to watch. JW just making absolutely crazy plays, running through Molotovs, no scoping people. Him in the with the sawed off in drop in Cobblestone was just some of the most insane rounds I've ever seen. And as an NIP stan, you know, you don't like the Fnatic boys that much, but you have to appreciate they were very good at their craft back in the day. And Olafmeister too. I mean, like, to my knowledge, he was like, I suppose you did have like Shocks and Get Right, who were very good at their, you know, own thing. But like, you know, nowadays you've got these Donk, Nico, all these sorts of like superstar players. But Olafmeister in his prime was just something special that, you know, at that moment you hadn't seen anything like it at CS:GO. Again, you probably could argue Shocks was the closest comparison, but even still, Olafmeister was just such an amazing player. If I can remember in the edit, I'll chuck up some clips, because he was doing incredible things for that Fnatic team in those sort of, like, you know, 2015, 2014. I think he was LGB in 2014, but definitely 2015, 2016. He was such a player. All that being said, I think ZTR here, I am going to make an offer for. It'd just be quite silly, I think. So they transfer budget 1.1 million, my estimate 150k, they expect 230k. All right, we've got some money to play for, so I don't want to skimp out on anyone here on this team. But let's go in strong and do like 180k, I reckon. should hopefully get them to think about things. We'll send that offer to them. And then yeah, looking at that, I think that'd be quite cool. Casper here, Yimfat, Device on the op, ZTR is the IGL, and Cairn here as our sort of support player. Not enough Swedish representation, but let's go back actually. See if we can we filter for Swedish players? We can. Okay, cool. That's interesting. Let's just reset reset this. Go down, get these Afghanistani players. No, Sweden is what I'm looking for. And there is Sweden, confirm. Who have we got here? I think let's just be a bit cheeky. Let's go max rating. Oh, it was already showing that. Okay. Is there anyone here that I would be super interested in signing? Oh, wow. I feel so old. Twist at 31. I remember him as well back in the day. I can't believe he's as old as that. Giuliano, isn't she? She's the... Yeah, everybody was obsessed with her. I remember that. There was a period in time where everybody was absolutely obsessed with Giuliano. That's quite cool. I didn't realize you can get like the female esports onto the roster. That is cool. No way, Fiflaren's here. What is he doing? Is he actually an active pro? That is crazy. I did not know that he was still playing the game. As much as it says he's a retired Swedish professional, but I can still sign him. So how does that make sense? He's on Team TDK. Xantar, Axile. Yeah, not so sure about that, but that's quite cool. You could sign for Flaren. I don't think we will be doing that, but it's a nice option. Schneider as well. I believe he was the player I think that was on that first version of Fnatic. I can't remember if it was the one that came across from 1.6, but yeah, I think was he on the team when they first won the major? I might be wrong about that, but I know he definitely played CS:GO a lot with Fnatic. But yeah, I mean he's not getting in the team, that's for sure. I'm not sure how he's 3.5 stars with stats like that. I guess he's like a physical god. Maybe he's like really buff with 6-packs or something, but he's not getting in the team. Broland, that's interesting. He could be quite cool. But anyway, I think I'm thinking about this far too much. Let's go back to here. Let's continue for a few days and see what what emails we get. Nice. We've added a physiotherapist to the team. I'm not quite sure what that does, but I'm sure it's good to have one instead of not. So that's good. And here, Snappy, not quite sure, wants to sort out things with his contract before he moves to Partizan, which is fair enough. They'll come back in a few days. You'll keep us posted. Appreciate my patience. Okay, cool. Who are these? John Free 536767 on a free. Who is this guy? Never. Oh, okay. I've seen about this as well. People have been saying that like every couple of months or once a year. I'm not quite sure the frequency, but you get like like in Football Manager, you get your regen players. So I'm assuming these are like supposed to be you're like your Face It Pro level people that show up on the scene every now and again and probably have like an insane potential. Because I've heard it can be a bit broken that constantly the market just gets flooded with like really good players. But interesting. Okay. So that's the first I'm seeing of that. Financial report. Okay, so spent about 100k on wages. Brought in some money from, I think that was Stavin that we sold, and maybe even Snappy's included in that as well. We made some money. That's always good. And what else have we got? Matches this month. Okay, cool. So this is just like an overview of what we've done in the last 4 weeks, which has just been winning everything because we have been incredible. Which again, I'm sure will not last forever, but it's quite nice at the moment to be 100% win rate. That is very good. And just to break down, Casper here with almost a 2 KD is fantastic. Really, really great stats. Dust looking like it's going to be our our best map here with. Well, maybe not our best map, it's hard to tell, it's all 100%, but I do like being good on Dust. Inferno, definitely my favourite map. I want to make that like our absolute top dollar map, but yeah, it's been hard to argue with the performances the team have been putting in for the last few weeks here. They have been incredible. A few more days have passed. Disagreed on the amount for ZTR. I do think he's important to get in this team. They're disagreeing with 180. Does it? Okay, so they want about like 245k. Let's try and swindle them a bit and do 215. I think that's a fair deal. Hopefully they accept that. I do think he'd be a massive improvement for us to get in the team. Oh, and just looking at this, so they've benched Nafly after that awful performance that they did against us in the final. Naf has immediately been benched, which is brutal for the player, but does make sense. They really did struggle against us. And there we go, it's just extra confirmation that Snappy has agreed to leave to go and join Partizan. I do feel like if I knew you were the IGL, I maybe would have done things differently. You have done really well for us, Snappy. I appreciate, your service to the club. You will definitely be remembered. Go down in the history books as the first IGL of this rebuild. And I have to say, my heart goes out to you, and I hope all the best and many successes will come to you at your future here at Partizan Esports. But for now, it's goodbye. And speaking of, let's go. What have we got again? We're in the small room. Let's see if we can upgrade our base camp a bit, which we can, which is good. 333k. Ah, you know what? I do feel bad. So we can see like the different boosts that everywhere gives. It doesn't give a huge boost, but I'm assuming by the looks of things, you need to sort of do it incrementally and go up 1 to 1 to 1 to 1. So I reckon, well, we've got the money. We've got like 1 million or so. I think we go up to the improved basic apartment base camp. Look at that. It's a nice little view. How cool would that be? I don't know if you've ever done like a LAN with your friends. I've done it a few times, and it is quite something like special to be sat in a row, all playing the same game, all playing some Counter-Strike. It is very good fun. And that also has increased some of the equipment that we can get. Only the best for my stars. Let's go get the absolute peak on the market for all of our equipment. PCs, monitors, tables, chairs, and drinks. Go into the cart. Oh, we're exceeding the budget here. Hang on. Operational budget. Okay. Let's have a look at our finances. And take this down by a little bit. And let's chuck all of that into operational costs. Go back to the shop. Purchase all these things. Great. And then let us move out of here. How do I do that? Oh, there we go. Base camp. Select. Move over here to the better mice, keyboards. Mouse pads, headphones, PCs, monitors, table, chair, and drinks. And then I assume we can just probably sell these ones that we don't use. So I'll go and quickly sell all the stuff that we've upgraded from. There we go. Shush is moving over to Pain, or he's thinking about it. He's got to work out a few more kinks in his contract, and he'll be gone. Flaren has decided he's leaving. I've looked at you for Flaren, and I appreciate everything you did for the Counter-Strike scene and Engines and Pajamas particularly, but I don't think we will be signing you, unfortunately. We can see Pain Gaming looks like they won that Ground Zero LAN, which we were unceremonious. Oh, actually, we were already in a tournament, so we couldn't join that, to be fair. But we weren't invited to that, I don't believe. 8th is this. There we go. Transfer confirmation. Transfer device has been successfully completed. The player has joined our organization. Oh, welcome, device. Welcome back. I hope you're happy and ready to go. Look at you, you handsome man. I'm so happy you're in this team. Oh, I just look at that. Look already. I mean, we're not showing Stav, and I'm assuming that's because he's left. But obviously he's an absolute stud on this AVP. And I'm very excited to introduce you to the team. You urgently need trained as well. Yep, fair enough. We will work on that immediately. And go back to the coach. Just auto-schedule him. And here he is. Get him on the squad. Snappy, you're gone. And where are you? Device coming in. You jerks, you've gone. And okay, so we do still have this spot, but yeah, I think ZTR here as the IGL would be the way to go about things. At the moment, Yipat, in the trainings and the scrims, you will be our acting IGL. Team Focus still aren't quite happy about that transfer budget, so I do think what 230. Yeah, okay. You know what? I'm just gonna accept it because we need an IGL now that these two players are leaving confirmed. We definitely do need that. We need him in the door, and he's probably such an important piece for this team that it makes sense to spend a bit of that budget on him. And here we have it, the invite to our second tournament of the series, the Challenger Grid. We're excited to invite your team to register for the upcoming Challenger Grid. To begin in just 4 days, it's your chance to compete against top teams. We'll see about that. And showcase your skills on the professional stage. Registration is open. Cool. Let's go have a look here. So what have we got? We got OG, NRG, Namiga, VP, a few other teams. I'm not actually quite sure on a lot of these. So yes, it definitely is still tier 2 event. But I believe that that's still going to be quite good for our ranking points, and I think we just join this. Yeah, why not? Let's join it, and hopefully, I don't think we'll get ZTR in time, so maybe Snappy for now. We can probably keep you as our IGL for the sort of short term. Have Casper, Yipat, Cairn, Device, and Snappy. I think that's a decent enough team. Hopefully we'll still do pretty well in this tournament, but I'm happy with that squad for now. Naf went back, I think, to MIBR. He was at MIBR before, right? Yeah, it's a crazy move. Loses against us, and then immediately goes into this MIBR squad, who looks way better than we do currently. So he's definitely moving up in the world. Heavy God going to G2 for 470k. That is a big move for him as well. And Knock going to Illwill. Not sure about that. Obviously, Swedish talent. Used to play for NIP, but yeah, I don't think he's hit the heights that he could have potentially. Whoa, what a move. I've just seen Nico has gone from Falcons to Navi in a £2.5 million signing. That is huge for Navi. I've been talking about this Navi rebuild now for a while, but I mean, what a team that they're going to build. I wonder who they're going to replace. I assume maybe Mikaze, maybe Zontix goes away and Nico comes in as that support rifler. I don't know. It's a bit tough to say, but what a scary team they are to come up against. There we go. Team Focus does finally accept, I reckon. We go and give you, sir, because you are our IGL of the future. 24-month contract, wage estimated about 8.2k. We'll give you 9. Oh no, that's okay. We'll give you 9,500 as your monthly salary. Hopefully that gets you over the line. I'm assuming you're going to want some more than that, but as like an initial sort of request, I think that's not too bad. And there we go. The tournament has actually already started, which is crazy. I thought it was going to be 4 days. Maybe we went forward 4 days. I'm not sure, but Ursa will be our first opponent here. Looks like a mainly Russian team. Players that I'm, again, not super familiar with, but they are a 4-star team, so might be closer than the games that we played so far. Let's get into our usual veto here of Ancient straight away. See what they want to do. I'm not sure yet. I also want to ban Anubis. I want to get up on an Inferno here. Ban Dust. What else are they going to ban? Nuke. Yep, I like that. Let's ban Overpass. Actually, they get to ban. There we go. Final decision is mine. Let's get us on Inferno. And here we are into the pistol round. Aggressive strategy coming straight out mid. Essex Percy does pick up the first and the second onto Salazar. Great start. Was a bit worried. Ooh. Cairns does get Kaspersky, and Yipat does get the trade though. All going the way of the CTs. And just 4x1. Not sure how to pronounce your name, but he goes down to Snappy in the end. Was a bit worried that the post-tournament hangover might set in there, but a very strong pistol round coming out from Ninjas and Pajamas as we get into the second round. So cool to see Device in this team. Looking like quite a default play coming out from the T's. Just actually they've all got dual Berettas, which is not a good idea because it has some of the lowest armor penetration in the game, as Snappy does pick up Icy. And a very slow second round coming out from this T side as they just have these questionable pistols in their hands. Probably not going to get much going from it as the full CT rotation does come around in time to B. Device getting his first kill at an NIP jersey with that FAMAS, and his second straight after that. Just Salazar here and his teammate do pick up Device, unfortunately, but Casper, the solid player he is, will pick up and mop up the rest of the two T players coming onto that B bomb site, making it 2-0 to begin things. Very happy, good start, let's keep it going. AKs will come out for this T side as Device gets his first round on the AWP here. Is sitting on A site with 3 other players here. Yipat is blind but will get that kill onto Icy, making it into a very quick 5v4 as the rest of the T players will go up that second mid, go down mid as well. So again, bomb drop, T stairs, so probably not decided yet on that final hit. But good start to the round. Yipat, solid as you like. Terrorist team getting their running shoes on in time as Snappy calls that rotation over to the B site. Just Yipat here holding it very aggressively on Banana as Cairn is in CT. Device will be here with Snappy in time for this terrorist push. As the first flashbang comes in but will not get that kill. Not going the right way. Snappy goes down. Device gets one but immediately traded out. 3 players onto this B site. Just Cairn full blind gets one but will go down. Casper, can he recreate his magic? Picks up that AK. 1v2, gets a flashbang, gets the first kill, and immediately gets a headshot into 4v1, 4x1, whatever you want to be called, does not matter. Kaspersky is the GOAT. And luckily enough money on the CT side, Device gets his fabled AWP out once again. Let's see if he has some more impact with it this round than he did the last. Did get 1 kill, but only that. Yipat again testing his angles on Banana Corner here as Axel hides behind that half wall. Might get flashed in here by ALV, but looking like it's going to be a lot more of a passive start to the round. And as I say that, Yipat runs right in and immediately gets that kill. That's very good. Flashbangs himself and then runs back out. ALV thinking about making the same mistake as Yipat will make that aggressive push, and amazing timing from the young gun himself. Cairn's running around looking the wrong way but will get that turnaround on Yipat, who was low on HP. 3v4, bomb is picked up. Looks like they will be going B, which is unfortunate as Cairns has just rotated off that after Yipat dies, which is not something that I would do, but 4 players here on that CT side for this B retake. Does look very favourable, but you know, gotta get the right kills at the right time. 38 seconds, bomb will be planted. CTs will know now that they've done the wrong thing. All 4 players look like they're coming around that CT side. 2 players hanging around coffins. Salazar in the middle of the site will blind Device, but will recover here. Great kill coming in from the guy himself, the Dane. And Cairn and Snappy will pick up the other 2. Easy defuse, 4-0. And if these 4 rounds are to go by, then this NIP side is just going to get stronger and stronger. I know we're not up against the strongest team in the game or anything like that, but still very, very promising early starts to this this new roster. Very passive and calculated default coming out from this T side as they slowly take control of the map before deciding where they will go. It's only 3 players on the A site actually, and that's where the final hit will be in. Looks like this long push and short push will come in at the same time. Yipat full blind, can't get the kill. Device and Casper on site, and not much you can do there coming from both angles. Really difficult to do when you're getting flashbanged, demollied out of your spot. Just Cairn left in this 1v5 and unfortunately walks right round into a 1-tap, and that is a terrorist win. I These rounds have been so costly that we're already down to a semi-buy here. Yipat on a USP and Snappy as well. M4s on the rest of the players, but not much utility to work with. So will be a tough round to really get control of. Hopefully some individual plays will make it a lot easier for us. As the early mid aggression will come in. Nobody to face off it yet. Casper, can he do it? Is blind. Hopefully we'll get through that smoke. Salazar coming round. Is almost touching him as the rest of the players come through that short angle. Yipat will get one. Casper still in the smoke. 3v4 here. Kaspersky on 5 HP, so really can't do much and will go down to Icy. Just Device left and Karen. Luckily 2 players on M4s. Coming in from short. Can they get anything done? Picks up the AWP Device, but full blind. And you have to say that's fantastic utility. Just read that push coming. The T side there, able to full blind both players and take it down. Really easy kills. Struggling to find an answer here in these 2 rounds. Hopefully this A-stack setup will give the terrorist side something to think about. 1 minute left in the round. Bomb will be shortly retrieved. It looks like the CTs might have gambled correctly if they do go for this mid push. Although Snappy and Device are rotating off, so maybe they know it might be a B push coming in, and it is. All 5 terrorist players running up banana. Not much to go in the way of the CTs here. As a great flashbang, Device gets the first kill. Snappy goes down, and Device, this T-side utility usage has been incredible for them. All of our players just getting blind at the exact right times, and really difficult to make any trades or anything happen if you're fully blind. There's not much you can do. And save call does come in from Snappy. Hopefully these 2 players can keep a hold of their weaponry. It'd be very important to bring it to the next round, as we won't have that much money to work with at all. With only the 2 saved rifles, I think honestly we're just going to eco it. Let's do a... Yeah, let's stack A. But I think money is just so bad. We want, you know, Device on his AWP. I reckon just take the hit now, make it a tied game. And see what we can do after that. Called the A stack, but the CTs know it's too quiet, and the B hit will come in. Kaspersky gets the first, but he's the player with a rifle. Needed more than that. And just a bit of a cakewalk for these T players. I don't think there's much we can do here. 2 USBs coming in, Device and Snappy already backing out. Looks like that's going to be the round 1 there and then. Chemistry potentially lacking a little bit as 3 players are just hiding on that A site. Need to be a bit more proactive in their moves and what they decide to do, as giving the terrorist side so much control is definitely not a recipe for success. Yipat very interested in banana, but will back out of that before the contact comes in. Mid push coming in again. Hopefully Device can have some wonders here on this short position, but all 5 T players come long and get all the trades going in their way. Running through the smoke. Can Snappy have an answer to this? Casper really struggling on site, but picking up the kills. Snappy with 2, Device with 1. And very luckily, Snappy will pick up that last kill. Super close, way too close for comfort there, but very fortunate that the kills come our way in the end. And luckily, Snappy will pick up that AWP and give it to Device, so he will have that again coming into this round as 2 players are top mid. And will be tested by 2 players going in the close angle. Will get 1 full blind, but both players blind again. Device. Luckily, Karen will save his bacon. Can he get this kill? Oh, he's just been flashed out immediately again. And will eventually go down, but Yipat happy to get the trade frag. As just Icy left in this 1v2. And Yipat full blind with the AWP. Gets the headshot kill. Great round. And gives him the AWPs to hopefully pass back over to Device, which he does. This T side having enough money in the bank to be able to full buy again as the B hit will come in. Yipat super important here in that CT position. Will get the first, but immediately gets traded down. Snappy picking up 1, Device getting another. And the Snappy and Device show, that's a dynamic duo that I did not see coming, but seems like they're working really well together and clean up that round on the B site before anything dangerous happens, as the T's are just obliterated on their way in and don't even get to the site. Last round of the half here, as the CT players have got that full buy, as not many players went down that last round. Terror side a bit all over the place, a Mac 10 and all, a Galil, a Glock and an AK, so Very dodgy buy. You'd hope that NIP can pull it together and get this one out of the bag. Bomb is picked up around middle, so has that flexibility to go to either bomb site currently. An amazing pick from Device. I'm not even sure where that was. I think that was in Banana here. Good first pickup, and it will be tested again as the Free Terrace players will rush that Banana side. Device just about has time to get back to Coffins, but throws the nade and gets caught with utility in his hand. Casper rotating in the right time, but it's just all Snappy and Cairn. Just Salazar left with the Glock and has no chance against Snappy on the M4A1S, who has been on fire. D-side pistol coming in, great first half. Happy that the players don't seem to have lost any of the form that they were in to win that first tournament, and looking really strong here in the group stage. Heavy B presence and the B push will come in. Just waiting for that zoom in, zoom out. Again, scoreboard in the way, so difficult to see what's happening, but Yipat will pick up Alv. Hopefully get the bomb down. Nope, some deliberation going on. Kaspersky doesn't even want the bomb down, just wants to shoot people, which is very understandable. And Snappy, look at that, 12-5. He is having his farewell performance. I think last tournament it was Stavin who's gone. This tournament seems to be Snappy, who's saying a nice goodbye to us by, really fragging hard. Doing that, like, fragging IGL role very, very well. CT team don't invest much into this round, obviously focusing on getting the rifles in their hands in the round coming up. We have used all of our money, so very important that we try our best to not let any players die and just have as clean a round as possible. Mid-take will come in, just one player here in pit as the CT players will rotate through. Kaspersky gets the nice one tap and the second and the third as well. Snappy will go down, Kaspersky on for the ace. Last player coming for middle. Will Kaspersky get his ace? I'd really hope he does. In that pit position as he comes through short, Kaspersky in the right angle for it, but he will run away, denying my boy Casper the chance for an ace, which is such a shame because it would have been very nice for him to get an ace under his belt, but not to be. It is eco frags, but hey, you take it when they come. And there we have it, all 5 rifles will come out from the CT side. No op in the hands of, I forget who their opper was it 4x1? Not sure. But anyway, no op for them. Device will have the gun, the big green gun in his hands. Can that be the round decider? I hope it can be. Mid-play coming in, all 5 CT players here with M4A1S is going to be a really hard bomb site to penetrate. Pat gets the flashbang in. Wow. Blink and you will miss it, but what a sweep as Kaspersky and Cairn, I think it was, went in through short and just wiped their entire team clean in a matter of seconds. Very, very clean, very, very professional, and the exact kind of thing that you want coming out from this side. 11-4, really making those win percentages make sense as NIP just being in the driver's seat this entire game. It got a bit close. Was it not tied 4-4? So yeah, I think, it can show you some of the early rounds are a bit messy, but this team is really something. So much potential in the squad. All the players really gelling together. I know it's not the finalized roster as of yet, but this core players are doing so well. Casper, what a player to build your team around. Device, a bit of a middle game to be honest, but he's fitting into a new squad. Trying to get to know the people again. It's a lot of pressure on his shoulders coming back to an organization that he really struggled with the first time. So I think things will work out well for him, and history will be on his side this time. But a bit of a slow start. Cairn getting that first kill for mid is very, very good. Can't quite get the second, but all players are blind. Should be easy to pick up. Yipat does about get that kill on Salazar, leaving 4x1 just with that M4. Behind a molly, can't really push in, not much he can do, and will end up saving for match point in this opening round of the group stage of the Challenger grid. I've told Exist, let's just do a fast mid play, try and get this game over with. Actually, I take it back, Exist, please change the tactic, because all 5 players will be here. It's Alv actually the opper, sorry, my mistake, and he will have it in this round to end things off. Let's see what he can do. Alvin and the Chipmunks, idol growing up, but with an AVP, I'm not quite sure if that is exactly the kind of thing where he will shine. And the fast mid call comes out 50 seconds later, but anyway, here we go. Kaspersky with the bomb. Let's take that first peek, but can't see anything. Karen getting 2, Snappy going down, Yipat, and oh wow, not expecting that. CT players both on very low HP, but do take down the rest of the terrorist side, so unfortunately that will not be the game ending right there, and we will have at least one other round to play. Casper retrieves that bomb and will be the tip of the spear as the B hit will come in now shortly. All 5 players will be here on the CT side. Snappy gets 1, Kaspersky with the second, Device and Yipat picking up the rest, just Icy left in that CT position, runs for the smoke. All 4 players looking the wrong way, but Yipat will turn around, kill him and end the game, winning the first map of the group stage for Ninjas in Pajamas. A great performance from Kaspersky, as we've known to expect. Great performance from your boy Kaspersky, as we've grown to expect for this NIP side. You're really leading the way in terms of frags and impact in the game, and really solid performance from everyone, to be honest. Device a little bit quiet, but as I said earlier, you know, first game in the jersey, going to take some time to get used to the tactics, the players, the coach, and living in this small apartment that we all seem to be in to play these games. So going to take him a little bit of a while, so give him some space to grow and learn, but very happy all things considered. And it looks like our next opponent will be Gaming? Not really sure. I'm going to call them Gaming just for my own sanity, because otherwise I'm going to be confused all game. Looks like Inferno they have been struggling with, only that 50% win rate on that. Overpass as well, but Anubis and Ancient, which we will be banning, so they look like they're the sort of strong maps for them. Overpass they also seem to be pretty decent at. Let's go and look at this squad. We've got Jota, Nekiz, Miki, we've got Fur. Oh, I remember Fur, he was a legend back in the day for those like original Luminosity and obviously MIBR lineups. I thought he had a problem with his ear though that was going to make him retire, but obviously not, he's still around. And I've got Henny on the bench, which is not what I expect. I remember I thought he was quite a good player, but it seems maybe he's just aged a bit from when I was last involved in the pro scene, because he doesn't look as good now as I remember him being. But anyway, let's get into the match. Probably another team that we should really be beating. Ban Ancient, ban Anubis. You'll have to let me know. I know that a lot of people do actually play these maps, but for me, I just find it so difficult to try and learn these. Oh wow, okay, so we're on to Overpass. Very good bans from them. That is exactly the 3 maps that we would ideally like to play as well. I've not been training Overpass for a while, so I think it might be a bit of a struggle here. So the team has not been practicing their Overpass for quite a few. It's been at least 2 weeks, so might be a bit rusty. Could be quite a difficult matchup to win here, but we will see how things go. Starting off on the CT side, which is the favourable side to begin on Overpass, as it's a split A push. Device will probably get first contact here, but double flashed out by Nekiz and will go down. Karen does pick up the trade frag and gets a second on Nekiz. Jota going down at long, and wow. Again, very clean. This Ninjas in Pajamas side on the pistols is incredible, and that's a sign of a good team. I know pistol rounds can be a bit of a gamble, but if you're consistently winning them, then obviously you're doing something right. T-side deciding not to force buy up on that second round as Device takes that first kill and goes down to P250. He's one of the players, I think he was on an M4A1S. It might have actually only been a FAMAS, but even still, you'd expect him to win these kind of engagements, or not even take them, because it's a bit of a rookie engagement to take with no backup in place, and you know, close range pistols are always going to be a bit of a problem. Yipat does take that engagement and only good for 1. That dropped FAMAS, and it was a FAMAS on Device, will get the kill. M4A1S, easy to be picked up. Kaspersky does get the first. Snappy, only 1-for-1 trades. Not sure why Lucan goes in and plants with when he knows there's a player on the bomb site, but really quite a disappointing round. You know, only a few pistols, P250s and dual Berettas brought into that from the T side, but you know, getting 3 kills when the rest of the players were full bot on armor is you know, I'd expect it. I'm just looking at the buys. You'd expect it to be very costly, but seems like we can still somehow get 4 M4A1Ss and device on an op and full utility. So maybe actually not the worst case scenario for these T-side players grouping up at long. I would prefer if device was more in that sort of bank slash dice angle with that op, but ops to go inner bathrooms, much harder shot to hit. See what he can do. Only fair here, so hopefully he will be able to get that kill and drop back out as Nekis will come in for the face. Thinking about it, but will just miss each other. Ships in the night as they go past each other. Bomb making its way to regroup with the players at long. This A take will come in. Karen and Kaspersky still on B side. Can device get that first kill on Fur, but will get full blind. Very risky play as he runs right behind him. Yapat going down, Snappy on his own will get the first. Device still in these inner bathrooms, just playing his life at the moment. Lukin with the bomb, hasn't planted it yet, so we'll have time for the CTs to rotate in behind. Device needs to get a bit more active with his AWP. Such an important gun, will full blind Nekes and does get the kill onto Mickey, and Karen will pick up Nekes. Device with the Molotov kill, and Jota goes down. In the end, clean round. That AWP doesn't look like it'll get picked up. The CT players opting to stay with the AKs instead. So I'm not quite sure if Device will be able to rebuy that in this round. But very good good retake coming out. Device playing his life, doing really well to stay alive as the rest of the CT players come in and sweep the round behind him. Nice disciplined default coming out from Gaming Esports. Can't remember what the last one was, but nice slow and controlled Device on that short. Stavin must have been given Device notes. I really hate the short play for an AWPer. It's not where I'd like to sit in the slightest, but you know, it's a bit shotgun AWP territory and you really have to back your aim for it to work. But luckily he does seem to be backing off and will swap places with Kaspersky there. T players run up con. Snappy and Karen here will have the world on their shoulders, get full blind. That's not the player I want to look at. Device and Yipa on site. Device getting run down by all 5 players. Nothing he can do there. Maybe should have stayed on short. Karen will pick up the bomb planter and gets 2. Snappy baiting his teammate, but it's fine. Maybe they don't expect the second player to be in the inner bathrooms role. Will run out and gets the kill on Jota, who's planting the bomb, and Snappy gets the second on Mickey as well as Kaspersky comes through long, getting that one tap onto Mickey, I think it was. Such important kills to pick up on the retake. Early kill from this terrace side as Karen tries to peek mid on his own, no backup in sight, and will just immediately get picked up by Lukin, leaving the CTs in a bit of an awkward position. 4v5. And it's a split coming out. Device again in this sort of like one and done angle, and it isn't even good for one as he goes down by Nekis. Casper good for 1 and gets the kill with the martyrdom. Actually no, he didn't die. I thought he was the player on backside here. Hanging out by truck, full blind. 3 players on the site. We'll get another, oh my god, on for like another ace there, but just slightly denied. Yipat in a 1v1 against Jota, who rotates for that round to long, but will turn around and pick the kill up on Yipat. You'd expect Yipat to pick up that kill there. 4-1. Again, the economy is just being absolutely destroyed by these close rounds that we've been having. Terrace sides, just the economy is just so easy to get going, and I took way too long in picking what I wanted to do. So we have opted for a force buy when I was just going to do a straight eco. So we'll see what we can do. Device on the scout is cool. I've not seen anyone pick up a scout yet in this playthrough, at least to my knowledge, so hopefully you can make that work. It is my favourite gun when I play the game, because I'm constantly on no money. Yipa and Device in inner bathrooms here. I just wish Device would just play a bit more long range with the snipers. Just gives him a bit more time to take that first contact, and if he misses the shot, go back. But he's going to push down connector with the scout. Just Fur here will get the tag, I believe. Yeah, he does, but it goes down. Yipat will get 1. Short and monster push coming in. Just Snappy on the site. Can't do much with that. Yipat with a deke. Will he get Mickey? No, he can't. Oh, no, he can. And Yipat trying his absolute best. Does pick up an AK and gets 1 or 2, but That was my fault. I took too long talking to not suggest that we do an eco buy there, and after that the money is just so badly destroyed that I think a force buy is the only other option here. 3 players on Desert Eagles. I like Device having a deke. Hopefully good for a 1 deke as loss of aggression comes in early. Karen does get a few tags in on Lucan, but will go down. The rest of the 4 players on this A site as Jota just 1-taps Snappy and sends him to the next round. Device on a nice angle here by Tree on long side. Hopefully he can return the favour. And he can't. Jota just having a really good round. Yipat will be able to pick him up, but runs into Lucan with the M4A1S, but will pick him up, which is really important. It's way too aggressive for my liking. Fur could end his round right here and now as he's only on 5 HP. Nekis will go into the angle, and Yipat good for another. Device, really difficult angle to take here as Mickey as he's hiding in connector, but will get the 1D. Just Fur left in lower connector. Will kill Device, 1v1, Yipat with 5 HP, Fur on 70, so odds completely in his favour. Bomb will be planted on that B bomb site. Where will Yipat go? He does opt for the connector play. Will Fur expect it? Hanging out on pillar side, Fur is looking at the right angle. Yipat is full blind, runs up really close, way too close for my liking. And unfortunately, looks like Fur was unblinded first and will get that kill. And I've just pulled Exist to the side, said we need to take a tactical timeout. We are trying to do too many things at the moment here, too many force buys, maybe not the most compass mentis decisions being made, so the full eco will come out here in round number 8, just USPs across the board, nothing else to work with. Terrace coming down connector, there is 4 players on B bomb site here, but just the USPs in hand. I don't think they're going to get anything done with these. So probably going to be a bit of a spray down coming in. Kaspersky first to face against Lucan is full blind. Will have to fall off the angle. Device will get the 1-tap. Yipat with 2. And Karen with another. But you know, the disparity in weaponry was all too much for the CTs to handle, and unfortunately can't quite get it done. But very good for the economy damage, as we're able to go on to a full buy now. And let's do mid control. I think mid has been a bit of a problem. I just hope by selecting this, Device doesn't play these really close range angles and is a bit more aggressive with his AWP, because we know he can hit these shots, but when he's playing one and dones, you know, it's just not really good for him. Kieran does get the flash in. Jota not blind, but does pick up that kill anyway. Fur in connector. Going to be a really interesting duel. About to come out, but he's looking the wrong way, and Karen gets the insta headshot as Device looks like he hits him at the same time. Lucan hanging around the smoke will pick him up in return. 4v3, much better start than we've had to this round. 3 terrace players hanging around that connector area, and it looks like it will be that B finish. 3 players on this B bomb site to try and deny it. Snappy full blind runs in closer and will go down. Kaspersky gets 1. 2 players left. Device still miles away. Mickey misses that shot and it starts planting the bomb. Lucan, Kaspersky just needs to peek up the ramp and he will get the free kill, but is too late on it. Shots coming in. Lucan low, 32 HP. Device taking his time to rotate in behind him. Both players need to peek at the same time and it will be easy, but Device runs in on his own and will get that kill. Double AWP picked up. I've not seen this ever before, so that would be really interesting to see if the CTs do take that into next round. And they won't. So I don't know what happened. Maybe he dropped it at the end of the round. I'm not 100% sure. But, only 1 AWP coming out. I hope we haven't just dropped that in CT spawn. Thinking about an engagement. Will Jota come in? Thought about it, but goes back. But will get the 1-tap on Yipat on A site. Incredible game he's having. Just getting all the impact kills. Not the most kills, but definitely all the impactful ones have been going Jota's way. But will go down to Karen in that inner bathrooms. Rest of the free CT players on that A site. Kaspersky has long on lockdown. Device hanging around truck. Thinking about helping out Karen, but Karen on a bit of an island here. And the T's recognize that they were outclassed on A as they start rotating towards that B bomb site. Device is there on site, but again, really close range angle for this AWP. And I think he's going to be lucky if he even gets one here. Will be full blind. Does get the first. Everybody's blind in the smoke, but yeah, again, I'm not quite sure what's going on, but he keeps on playing these one and done angles. He does get the one on that occasion, but it's not really good enough. He just played a bit further back. Would give his team a lot better chance on this retake, but nothing's impossible. Snappy coming through Monster. Might catch a few players off guard. Will get Mickey. Everybody's blind. Kaspersky picks up the AWP and gets Lukin, and Karen will pick up Fur, resulting in the round win. Casper getting a nice early kill in Connector, but will be traded out immediately by Jota as Karen will pick up Mickey. Yipat going very aggressive and getting both Jota and the other player, don't know his name. Very good, very aggressive plays are seeming to pay off late in this half. Device with another chance on the AWP, hopefully hangs around on this angle. I like this one a lot better, just covering long, making sure no players can get close to that A site. As Casper will get a kill from B. I don't know what happened there, we must have just ran through. Jota again with the impact frag, gets another one tap onto Yipat. And is rotated immediately down to B as the CT team has rotated completely off that bomb site. And this short and long push will come in. Device misses that first initial shot and goes down to an MP7 on Fur. Luckily, Kaspersky will pick up the pieces as Snappy, Cairn, and Kaspersky, every single player there, just getting nice headshots on the other terrorists just running long. And this T side for Ninjas and Pajamas has been very strong on Overpass previously, so it would be nice if we can continue that streak of being quite dominant. And pistol rounds, a bit of a speciality for this team as well. Seem to win a lot more than we lose. I hope this is not a caster's curse that I've just put on the team. Will be this A split play coming out. Lukin the first player to face, and will kill Snappy unfortunately. But trades go in the way of NRP elsewhere on the map. Jota behind Dice getting killed by Kaspersky. Lukin still hiding out in his inner bathroom position. And Karen with a great kill, but will be traded out by Fur, who is in a 1v3 and can't get away as Device gets that long range headshot with the Glock. Always nice to see coming out. Snappy does get that first face on Jota and eventually picks up the kill. Just USPs for the CT team as all three players hiding on B site. Just Mickey here on A, who's running into inner bathrooms. You would expect Casper, Device, Snappy to maybe know that he is there, but we shall see. Kaspersky will flashbang him, full blind, but gets the kill with AK, which is good. Three CT players running through Connector. Will be on that fast flank. Need to be very cognizant of that coming in. Device a bit out in the open, but will get behind cover. Snappy planting the bomb in the open, but nobody faces him luckily. As the three CT players decide to not face it and try for an exit kill or two. Very strong mid presence here from the terrace side. Mickey is on the other side of the smoke in the inner bathrooms. Will be able to call that he's heard a lot of footsteps over to his team. Although I've just glanced over to the right side, Mickey is 2 and I was going to say 14, but now 2 and 15. So he is really struggling individually on this overpass map. Neck is not doing much better. As the T's make their exit out of Connector. 4 players here on the B bomb site. Jota does get the first, but Device will pick up the trade frag. Karen onto Fur. 4v2, 4v1 now. Just Neck is left in APC. Refusing to peek and will be delayed a little bit by this molly. Will go in, but Snappy expecting it, gets the headshot. And that's 11-4 to Ninjas and Pajamas. Very important kill. Karen picks up on that B anchor player, which forces both Fur and Nekis to rotate over to that B bomb site. A is looking very vulnerable. Ninjas in Pajamas do respect the CT side as they don't take anything too fast, just being very, very slow and deliberate in their movements. Device just narrowly missing out that engagement with Lucan as he goes down connector. Snappy retrieved the bomb from T-spawn. Looks like maybe this B finish as Karen is still hanging around Monster. Just Fur and Neck is here on their own. Full flashed. Karen will pick up the first. Just Neck is left on the site. Runs down but can't escape Snappy. Jota rotating in from APC and Lucan comes through connector at the same time. And Kaspersky just way too fast for him as Device goes down, and Yipat as well. 2 quick kills from that FAMAS, but luckily the Terror side recover and eventually get him down. Karen and X Kaspersky both up there with 20 kills. Kaspersky doing a little bit better on the KD front with only 6 deaths, but Karen just with the 7, so both players having absolutely monster performances here on Overpass. And it's potentially the last round of the game. CT players do have a full buy coming in. Kaspersky will have a nade in his hand, and unfortunately Jota again. I know they keep on losing the rounds, but Jota, in terms of his impact rating, must be through the roof, as he always seems to get that really first, initial frag that's really important. Unfortunately, his team has been letting him down a bit and not being able to convert off the back of his amazing openers. But all map, he's been incredible getting these first kills that have been really, really important in slowing down the Ninjas in Pajamas and making these rounds a lot more close than they have any right of being. And Yipat picks up the bomb, goes inside inner bathrooms. Yipat and Snappy here running up together. Nekis and Jota looking the wrong way, but full blind. Snappy gets a player on site, but Nekis picks up 2 from the inner bathrooms position as Device goes through, misses the op shot onto Fur, but does get the second. Karen and Device picking up 2, leaving Lucan in a 2v1. How the tables turned as Karen will spot him out long and gets the headshot on him. Wow. I was expecting the game to go on for a few more rounds than that, but Karen had different ideas as Ninjas in Pajamas go 2-0 in this group stage. Fantastic performance from both Karen and Kaspersky. Makes it a bit difficult on the transfer side of things as at this point I'm really not sure who to even replace, And with that win, we actually overtake big and go into stage 2 of the major qualification, which is really, really important for this upcoming major. Just narrowly beating out big as they must have lost a game or 2, and Foot Esports as well going down. So things, still a bit precarious. Need to keep on winning these matches because this spot is not guaranteed. Ideally, we'd like to get up to that 1700 range. I'm not quite sure when the next major comes around. Not so sure when I can check, but it's not anytime soon by the looks of things. So I really need to cement our position and hopefully keep up and rising these rankings. But as for the Challenger Grid tournament, doing really well into this 2-0 bracket. So I think that's all we're going to do for today. But next time we'll play that 2-0 game and then probably play the first match of the playoffs as well and see where we land. But another fantastic performance from the lads. Everyone picking up. Device a little bit slow. I was expecting him to hit the ground running a bit more for such an experienced professional as he is, but as we've spoken about, it's big shoes to fill, and he's still got time. He's only just joined. It's only been like 3 days, so he's got a lot of settling in to do, and I think the sky's the limit for him because even in the few games that we've had, his overall numbers haven't been up there, but he's still been getting important kills here and there when they come. So expecting big things from him, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Thank you, everyone.